This is the Falcon Fieldhouse, where the new girls weightlifting team performs to the highest level of their competition. We met with head coach Erik to learn about the new program's season.
Wanting a weightlifting team, especially for his sons, Tyler and Gabe, for a long time. So after years, Lenny was definitely into the idea, so he said we'll start it up. And he didn't fully know if we'd have a ton of girls joining, but we were lucky enough to get a full roster to start the season. The girls have been killing it. Honestly, half the girls we got in the beginning of the season were probably girls that had been in here for years and are, had the work ethic, and then half were girls that just hadn't seen them in here, didn't know what they did, how their work ethic was. But through the entire season, they've shown up, missed almost no practices, and kind of bought into the idea of learning these weird lifts that were totally new to them. And hey, you got to get uncomfortable every day and push it a little bit more. And they've been absolutely killing it, and the district champ titles kind of prove that.
I practice every day after school for like 2 hours, and then sometimes on Saturdays. My favorite part is just having another family and going to practice every day and being with my friends.
I think what makes us a little different is, we got great coaches around. We got Coach Bobby that joined this year. Khan's been coming in helping out. And all of us kind of, I think if people think of a stereotypical strength coach, they think it's, the big dude that's yelling all the time and just demanding things. And ours is kind of more working with them, understanding that there's no requirement for athletes or kids to be in here. There's not a class, so you kind of have to work with the kids and figure out how to get the most out of them without requiring them to be in here. So going and encouraging the girls, and then also pushing them and telling them to realize, hey, if we get on you, it's because we want the best for you, but it's going to be mostly encouragement. It's kind of a little different here than most places.
The mentality of weightlifting is definitely challenging. It's just as much of a mental game as it is like a physical game, so it's definitely been hard getting over the mentality part of it. Definitely like my teammates. It's a really good community, and we all push each other to be better.
Biggest challenge, I guess, overall for us, just being a new program, is learning all the ins and outs of the sport. For the most part, we just thought it's, show up, lift, and don't worry about it. But there's requirements, kind of like track, to get to districts. You have to have a certain amount of meets, and then checking in, doing certain things. You can't decrease a weight at a meet, and you have to only increase or stay the same. So learning all the ins and outs of it was really tough. We have a lot of really good coaches around here, like Coach Lansky over at Manatee and Coach Jordan Borgs over at Braden River, that have helped us out a lot. And then from there, it's pretty much just making sure we got the rules correct so that we don't get screwed over at one meet or another. And by the end of the season, we actually have a really good grasp on it, all the coaches. So that was probably the hardest thing, because the girls have been great working in and out. They just was getting them to buy into it, but learning the rules of a new sport first year was definitely probably the most challenge. So we kind of exceeded the expectations on winning both titles this year and sending 17 girls to regions. Our goal initially was to qualify at least 1 or 2 for state, so now we're shooting for hopefully a little more than that, if not that, but we're already exceeding expectations. And with the foundation that's been laid here the past couple of years with the strength and conditioning program, I think the main thing is just trying to get to a point where we can consistently battle or win those district titles. We have the girls with the work ethic, and now it's a matter of, can we get 20 of them in districts, because you can take 2 per weight class as you go. So can we get 20 girls every year to districts to where we have a real shot at being kind of a powerhouse in the region.
With the amount of success from the girls during their first season, it's safe to say that the St. Stephen's weightlifting team will continue to be a powerhouse looking into the future.